and welcome to my channel. Today we will not make cookies. Today we will make pretty bows to put on cookie bags. I posted this on my Insta stories the other day and I had quite a few people ask me, how do you do this again? So I figured I'd come and redo it and put it on my channel so that people can refer back to when they need to. So there it is. I occasionally make these to go on cookie bags. They can go on treat bags, they can go on like goodie bags for parties, what have you. And I usually just buy them at Michael's or Joann's. Has a great selection, and they, have different sizes, different quality. This one is a sheer one, and then they also have the pretty satin ribbons, which works also. And I like to buy them in the 5/8 inch width, which is this guy. And here for this thin one you get 20 yards. For this one, the satin ribbon, you get 10 yards. So you're just gonna have to measure and see how much you're gonna need and buy accordingly. For this one I managed to get about 21-ish, I think 21 little bows, which all looked like this. So I had just a little bit left over. So what I do is I make a ribbon, I make a bow, and I measure it. I measure the ribbon that way, and then I open the bow up again, and then I go and measure and see how many I can get out of the spool that I bought. And sometimes I have to adjust it a little bit, sometimes I have to add on a little bit more, sometimes I can make them just a little bit shorter and get maybe one more out of it. But the goal essentially is to use up as much of the ribbon on the spool that you can. This one happened to be, let's see, about, so it's 12, 24 plus 9, so 33 inches. And of course, you can measure it and use whatever you need, but that's what I used. And then all you need is your hands, and then you start making these. You can make them ahead of time. They're super easy to make ahead of time and store. And then you can just pull them out as you need them. So here's what you do. This finger width will determine how big the loops are going to be. So for this kind of bow, they were about this big. Okay, so we're going to wrap it around once. You want to make sure that you hold on to this guy first. You wrap this around once, and you wrap it around again, and then the third time you come around, you want to hold on to it, and then you want to go underneath and pull that little tail out, because that way both of your tails will end up on the bottom and not on top like this. Do you see the difference? That way you don't have to struggle in the end trying to get this guy down. When you attach them to the bags, it'll already be down like this. All right, so we pulled this guy from under here, and then this tail goes through your fingers, and then make sure this one is over to this side, and then this tail will go through the top, and then you can pull this tight. So now you can see I have quite a bit of leftover tail on this side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open it up again and just adjust that real quick. I'm a little out practice. Once you do a couple, if a couple dozen, you'll figure out, oh, this is exactly how much I need for my tail. So 1, 2, third time, tail comes out. This tail goes through your fingers, underneath it, and back through the loop that you created up here. And let's see, that looks a lot better. All right. So before you pull this tight, you're gonna want to put a little twist tie through. And you can buy these in bulk, and Paper Mart has them. They come in a bag. They come in a bag like this. They come in silver and gold and all different kinds of colors. I had white on hand, so that's what I used. So this is the front of your bow. So we're gonna put it in the back. I'm just gonna go through here. And then when you pull tight, all of this will stay in place. So we're gonna pull this nice and tight. And with this ribbon, when you pull it tight, it actually stays quite nicely in place. The satin ribbon is a little bit more tricky because it's softer, smoother, so you might have to pull on it a little bit harder, or maybe, I don't know, who wants to deal with glue when you're doing this, but if need be, you can put a dot of glue under here, or you can also tie it down here so that it stays put, and just put another little knot down here. That works too, and then it just stays nicely in place. But you don't really have to do it for this type of ribbon. It stays in place. All right, and then all you do is you pull these apart, and that's basically it. You might have to adjust it a little bit so it's more centered, and that's it. And that's your little bow. It's nice, and it's got a nice texture to it when you do the 3 loops. You can do 4 loops, 5 loops, however many loops you want or need. So then, how do you attach it to your cookie bag? Well, this is why I'm here. So you take your little cookie. This is rock hard. It's an old cookie that I made that I still have laying around. You put this in the bag. Make sure it's centered. And then this is where I would heat seal it. So it's gonna have this little heat seal mark right there. And this is where I will gather it up. And I don't go like this. I just gather it from the sides. And I make sure that where it pleats, you can still see the cookie then in the end. Alright, then you hold it, you take your little bow, you hold it together, turn it over, you take your little twist tie, and you twist it a couple of times. And then I usually cut this off. And that's it. Pull this back apart, and then you can cut this if you have to a little bit nicer. Done. Super easy. So I will link where I got the twist ties. Sometimes when you buy treat bags, they will come with twist ties. Usually you get the silver ones. So if you buy treat bags and they have them, great. If you need to buy them separate, Paper Mart is where I usually get them from, and they ship fairly quickly, and they have, like I said, quite a bit of a color selection. But I will link it in the description box below. The bags that I have been using are from clear bags. Sometimes I buy them longer because then if I need to, I can, if I need them with bows, I have enough of the bag left over up top, and if I don't need it, which is what I usually do, I just cut them and either use the leftovers for minis or whatnot. Anyway, I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments down below if you like videos like this, and I will post some more behind the scenes, like packaging things and stuff like that. Let me know what you think. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you in the next one.